Good morning. Hope all is well with you this week. This is your first full week by yourselves on the group. I appreciate everyone allowing me to come to your homes last week. I enjoyed it. I had a great time. I'm glad we got started. I just want to say there's a lot of people who are doing this that weren't in our Sunday night or our Wednesday night. So we definitely added a significant amount of people doing stuff that they weren't doing. And so that's a good thing. A couple things I just want to quickly hit on. Number one, continue your structure. Remember, there should be sort of a meet and greet time. There should be a social time, 10 to 30 minutes. That should start right on time when you start your groups. Then we should have about 45 minutes of question and answer. Then we go into a prayer time to finish the thing, and the group should last about an hour and a half long. That's important. We try to make that mark. So people that want to leave can. If people want to stay afterwards and the host wants to keep their house open afterwards, that's between everyone, but just sort of make sure we keep that time frame and allow an out at that time. It's obvious from last week that I did a real poor job of having people answer their questions or telling them that they needed to. And so that's really a significant thing and a necessary thing for the groups as we go forward. They need to be able to answer questions as it helps the facilitator to get things sort of moving and stay on track. I'll give you an instance. In our group, we had someone answer the vacation question, which is great. Now, again, we didn't have a lot of people didn't have the answers, and I just blame myself for that. But when they answered it, they ended up telling about 4 vacations, and I could just see the eyes on people at the end saying, "Okay, that's enough. That's enough." So you're going to have those people that like to talk, and you're going to have those people that need to talk, and those questions are good for both things. So just remember that. And try to, if you need to go ahead and email or Facebook people that are in your group and just remind them to answer the questions. It's a necessary thing. It should take only a half hour. Also on the snacks, we're sort of used to having people come together, having a prayer and having snacks. That's really not the format we have there. I saw that in several groups that we sort of waited for starting time for snacks. As they come, if you can have the snacks ready and rolling, it's sort of like somebody's coming over your house and you don't have a dinner, you're just coming over for a conversation a little bit, and that conversation is eventually going to work to spiritual things. And so as people come, ask them if they like a drink of water or something small to eat, whatever it is. Again, if you guys want to share those responsibilities, I encourage that. It's up to the groups how they want to handle that. So we have some snacks, and so they should happen right away, and then that should just roll right into that social time. But around the time to start it should begin, whatever it's 7 o'clock or 10:30 in the morning, whatever the starting time, you should start at that time. Again, the late people will be late, the early people will be early. Go ahead and get the group started so you're not holding everyone up. I know there's some disappointments from last week as far as people that we thought were going to be there and they weren't there. I think almost every group had some sort of disappointment. So anyways, I just want to encourage you to pray for this. As much as we want this to happen, remember the enemy doesn't want this to happen. So pray that God would help us in this regard on this stuff. Because it is a spiritual thing. And there may be a few that aren't on your list. Remember, we're in our 2 weeks left on our test drive, and then we're going to sort of our open enrollment. Then we're sort of going to close it off. And so if somebody needs to take that test drive, why don't you, if you feel like they need a little nudging, some people need that. It's kind of an awkward thing to start something new. And just, sort of call them along and say, hey, I'd love to have you in a friendly way, not a demanding way. Give them a phone call, give them an email, whatever it might be. I appreciate the feedback. Donette gave me feedback, the only one. Now, maybe because you thought I was at the groups, I didn't need feedback, but I need feedback from, I believe, the facilitators I'm going to ask to do this. The facilitator and the host should get together after a meeting, should write down some comments. Those comments should get to me somehow, some way. And once I get those comments, then I'm able to do the next week's video, okay? So just remember that. I'm actually going to try to do my video on Saturday so I can have it for Sunday. There are some people that are having trouble with electronics. I might try to see if I cannot get a DVD for that. So nudge the attendees, feedback I need. Also attendance. The hosts, I'm asking to do that. They need to work it out with Ruth Ann. Maybe some of you have done that. I don't know where we are with that, but I just remind you, attendance, we need the names of people who attend your group, all right? And for our records as well. We have I sort of had to guess this week with the questions. The DS, as he's preaching his message, he told me a couple little things, and so I sort of went with it. And I told my wife before the I guess on Sunday and Saturday night, I go, I hope they work, the questions. And so halfway through the message, she said, I think the questions are working good. So we just thank God for his help there. There is a question about the DS. It's just so people consider his job that he has. I do want to ask that each group would take some time at the end, that prayer time, to pray specifically by name for our DS. I think it's important we pray for our leader, as he's really helping our church, helps me as a pastor in a great way. So help that as well. Then if you have any changes in your times or location, there was one group that was thinking about moving their time, or like I introduced it a little bit. If that happens, I need to know that so we can get in the bulletin. The bulletin goes out on well, actually we try to finish it up on Wednesday, so we need it by Wednesday morning for those changes. And so let me know, or location change or something that happens that needs to be communicated, if you could do that. So basically we're going well. Got it started. I just want you to continue. I'm here for you. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to try to answer them for you. And this is the first week you got control of it. You're going to do a great job. I'm excited for you. And I think we're started down a great road, and God's going to help us. God bless you, and have a great, great week.